Hello everyone, and welcome to another Pathfinder adventure card game scenario with the character Damiel. This is scenario 3.1, the start of level 3. The only change to level 3 is that in the Blessings deck is a random Curse of the Ravenous, starting for all the adventures in scenario 3. So we're at the Pleasure Barge. We're at this location. When you fail a check to acquire an ally, you are dealt 1d4 poison damage. Alright, well, Damiel likes his hand. Advancing the Blessings deck, it's a Blessing of the Ancients. The first thing Damiel's going to do is he has the Alchemist's Kit in his hand, so he will go ahead and display that card to remind him of the card effects. Then we will go ahead and explore. Okay, we get a Volcanic Storm. So Magic, Arcane, Divine, Attack, Bludgeoning, Fire. So we'll stop right there with the Intelligence check, because Damiel has the best intelligence out of all those checks. His intelligence is D10 plus 3. Let's roll high. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Sweet. So we actually acquire this spell. Damiel won't be able to keep it, but it is a level 3. It says for your combat check, discard this card to use your Arcane or Divine skill plus 3d6. If you would fail this check against a monster, you may evade it instead. Well, unfortunately, Damiel's Arcane Divine skill is just D4, but still D4, so it's potential 18, 19, 20, so potential of like 22 points. So maybe we'll just hold on to that. Let's see what we're going to do now. We are going to advance the Blessings deck, and we will explore. Exploring, okay, we get the villain. So the villain, let's see, it's a Trigger, Thray, Oracle, Poison. So it says here when you examine this card, okay, we did not examine the card. So it says she's immune to the poison trait. All damage dealt by this villain is poison damage. Before you act, each character at your location that does not reveal the henchman's stolen larvae summons and encounters the henchman Thray Soldier. Okay, well, we do not have the Thray larvae, so getting the henchman summons and encounters Thray Soldier. Okay, so we have to encounter this Thray Soldier first. So it's a check. So immune to the poison trait. All damage is poison damage. So it's 2 combat 13 checks. Wow, that's pretty difficult. Well, let's start off with that cool spell we just got. It's a D4 plus 3d6. We're gonna try it out. Assembling my dice. Because we have, just in our hand, Damiel has 3 attack options, and he just gained 1, which is pretty awesome. So we gotta roll 13 on these dice, with no benefit. It's just 3 soldier, no poison keywords, that would have helped out. Alright, come on, roll high. Alright, so we rolled 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Wow, right on the dot. How about that? So right on the dot for the first combat check. We did it. But now we have to do another combat check. So I think for the next combat check, so we're looking at a combat 17 check there, which isn't too bad. We'll do a combat 13 check here. I think we'll go ahead and do the Fire Lance. 48. That's still kind of iffy. Fire Lance 48. Come on. 13 or higher. So, 1d8 fell on the table, or fell on the floor. So we rolled a 7 and an 8 and a 1 and a 7. So the good news is that we defeated it, but we did get over 17, which means that we are dealt 1 poison damage. So that kind of sucks. So this one's defeated. We have to take a point of poison damage. Darn. I'm going to go ahead and lose this shield as damage because it doesn't even protect me from poison damage. Alright, we took that as damage. We do gain the Curse of Poisoning because of that. Alright, and now we can defeat this villain. So, let's see. What we're going to do is a combat 17 check. And the only thing Damiel has is the Acid Flask, but he can do his special power, which says that since this card has the... Well, first of all, it says you may recharge or reveal a card to add 1d6 to your check that invokes the acid or poison trait. That's pretty cool, so we just have to reveal it. Nice. So that's really sweet. Fortunately, we do have the Scarab Buckler, which has the alchemical trait. So we just reveal that to add a d6. Then we're going to use the acid flask. We'll discard that, which is the intelligence or disable, which is disable is d10 plus 4 plus an additional 2d6. Okay, feeling pretty good about this check because we get to add 4 to the roll. Alright. Let's see what we get. Alright, so we get 5, 11, 12, 13, 14 plus 4. So it's 18. Okay, so we barely made it. So 11, 12, 13, 14 plus 4 is 18. We succeeded in defeating the villain. It says, if defeated, search the library for stolen larvae. Okay, so there aren't any in this deck. Alright, well, that villain is banished. So we kind of really lucked out there because this location can get kind of tricky because Damiel's charisma is only D4. So he was very fortunate. Let's see, he did acquire some new loot. He acquired the Volcanic Storm. Let's go ahead and do a deck check. Location is closed. Alright, pretty cool. Yeah, what do you think of that location? Let me know in the comments. I generally don't fish around for comments, but they're always good to get. Alright, we're doing a deck check for Damiel. Let's go ahead and put him right there. These are his items. So we'll put this spell right there. Normally he doesn't have spells, but he's got them. Damiel's deck is looking really great. He's really focusing on just alchemical items. He has a little cat motif with his 2 allies. Okay, and that is his deck. So let's go ahead now and let's go visit a trader. Well, actually, so you know what's really cool is that the reward for that scenario, let's not forget the rewards, was this card, the Minifra's Favor. So it says here, display this card. While displayed, any character may recharge a card to add 1d12 to his diplomacy check. Wow. And if the scenario's adventure deck number is 4 or higher, any character may remove this card from the game to draw a random ally that has the adventure deck number, that has that adventure deck number. So this is actually really, really cool. I mean, Damiel, look at that. His diplomacy, he doesn't even have diplomacy. So his diplomacy would be d4, and he can add a 1d12. So, might want to think about keeping that, but let's go ahead and see what the trader, Damiel only goes to Falsing Deek, because Damiel wants alchemical items. So, shuffling the stack of alchemical items, or alchemical items, of items in general. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, starting from here, let's see what Falsing Deek is offering. He's offering the Effigy of Matt. They have to be level 2 and a Wand of Scorching Ray. So these are all really powerful items. It's really cool. So this one, for your combat check, bury this card to roll 4d6. Not too great. After playing this card, you may succeed in an Arcane 8 check to recharge this card. Well, that'll never happen for Damiel. The Effigy of Matt. When you examine this card, you may reveal a blessing that has the Matt trait to automatically acquire this card. And on your check after the roll, reveal this card and bury your card. Then remove any number of dice. For each die removed, add or subtract 5. So this is like really, as you may have, I may have mentioned, that between this card right here and Damiel also has another card, the Embalming Fluid. So these 2 cards are like some of the most powerful cards in the entire campaign, as far as I'm concerned. But let's get back to Falsing Deek. Where do we bury him? There he is. So Falsing Deek here, he's offering these 2 items, Effigy of Matt Wand of Scorching Ray. I don't think I'm going to take either of them, which is actually because, maybe we should, because then we'd have something to trade. I mean, the thing is I could go ahead and trade him. No, so we're not going to trade. We're getting rid of these items. Damiel is an alchemist. He wants to stay just acquiring cards that have the alchemical trait. The question is whether or not he's going to keep this. This unfortunately has to get discarded. Damiel doesn't have any room for spells in his deck. So the question is whether we're going to keep that or not. So I will let you know at the start of the next adventure. Alright, pretty cool adventure. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think, and I will have another adventure up shortly. Thank you.